What's up, everybody? Welcome to Apex Bonsai. I'm Dillon.
And I'm Peyton.
Welcome to our YouTube channel. We are father and son, and we have recently got addicted to bonsai, and we wanted to sit down and show you all of our bonsais today that we have accumulated over the last 6 months, 5 months, something like that. And we've been having a lot of fun with this. We are just getting started, so we're noobs, but we're learning, and we've made some mistakes. We've only killed one tree so far, and you'll hear that story as we go along. So that's pretty good. But we figured we'd start a YouTube channel that would document the process of us, with our bonsai trees and what we do to them and how they grow over time. And if nothing else, maybe we can look back at this in a few years and see what we've accomplished or what we've killed. Maybe, I don't know. We'll see how it goes. But we're gonna go in chronological order. This is not the first tree that we got. This is probably our proudest moment so far. So we figured we'd start with that one, but let's put it to the side. We'll come back to this one later. And we gotta start with the first one.
The OG.
The OG.
This one, we actually had really never heard of bonsai. And one day we were getting a Christmas tree. We saw a bonsai sale on the side of the road, and we were like, oh, we should get a bonsai.
A bonsai sale on the side of the road.
Yeah, it's this random guy. So we get this bonsai, and we're just and we start getting into it, and we start this is a really cool hobby, you know what I mean? And this is kind of our founding bonsai.
Yeah, now it didn't look like this when we got it.
It did not look like that.
So we went a little crazy with it when we got it and trimmed it maybe a little bit too much. So this has had a rough life so far. So first of all, we got it, and then I had it up on our railing, and a windstorm came along, and it blew it off the railing and into your mom's car and put a big dent in it. It cracked the pot, so I had to get a new pot for it. So that was one repot there. So I put it in the new pot. It was sideways because I didn't know what I was doing. So I got to do that again. So there's a second repot. And then I very recently repotted it again because I wasn't happy with it. I don't know. I fidget too much. I'm surprised this thing's still alive.
It's been everywhere. And then we cut half of it.
Yeah. I think everybody thinks that when they get a bonsai, that the first thing you're supposed to do is trim it and stuff like that. When we've learned that that's not. This tree's in development. It's not ready for refinement. So we've learned that much so far. But still, this is a special place because this was first. And we've got a decent little pot now with some good soil, and we're gonna see what happens. So, all right, next up, this is actually a tropical Fukien Tea that we keep inside in the winter, and we just now are getting back outside.
So this one we got from a website that's huge. It's called Brussels Bonsai. They sell all different kinds, tropical or outdoor. Just depends on what you want.
Shows up at your house in a box.
Mm-hmm.
It's just pretty cool. Yeah. So we ordered this one as well as an azalea, and the azalea didn't make it. The azalea fell off the railing with the OG juniper, and the azalea, it wasn't as tough, so it didn't make it.
So after we repotted it, it the leaves got kind of brown, and it kind of looked like it wasn't really healthy. Then we tore the leaves off, and it was just this one stick. This is this one stick. Yeah,
that was a low point for us. We were okay, maybe this isn't the hobby for us. But right at that same time, this one was growing like crazy. Yeah, so I've learned since then that I think it's actually a sign of distress. It grows these crazy long shoots. And what I've heard is that is because it's actually reaching for sunlight. It's inside where, it came from a greenhouse. Now it's inside my house next to a window, but it was reaching out these shoots to try to get more sunlight is what I researched. That is why it does that. But now we've got it back outside. I'm excited to see what this does. I like the gnarly bark. I'm just gonna keep it. I'm gonna keep it in this pot for another year. See where we're at next year. See if it really starts kind of taking off, and then maybe look at putting it in a bigger pot and developing it and getting that trunk thickened up.
Yeah.
All right. So next up, a deciduous Japanese maple. First Japanese maple that we got. We've had this now for probably about 5 months, and it's starting to get some new growth there. We got it from a local nursery. And it came in potting soil. So we took it, but we put it in bonsai soil. It's starting to take off now. I'm giving it some fertilizer. This is, I love the way that the big maples look. Like we want one of like the broom style maples, right? Like that's what we want. And we know we're a ways off with this one, but the thing that I'm excited about is that we can kind of manipulate this one the whole way and do exactly what we want to it and keep it, and go through the whole process because it's very small right now.
Yeah, and like you can see, it's like pretty healthy because all of these like new leaves are coming in. It's making it makes us happy that we didn't kill everything.
Yeah, we didn't kill everything. Yeah. That's the first Japanese maple. Next up is another juniper. And
it's in the process. So we thought we would cascade it, but then we got the cascading one. We were just like, maybe we can make a cool kind of shape going up. So now we're just letting it kind of grow up.
Yeah.
The bamboo.
I like junipers, but I don't like these green mound or Japanese junipers, whatever you call them. I don't like how they are, like, they grow so low to the ground. So I've got this staked up. I would love to develop this one more upright and kind of see what that looks like, because I think the ones that do have a little bit more vertical to them look cool. I think the cascades are cool as well, but we've already got two of those kind of going. So this one, we're gonna go a little bit of a different direction and see what happens. All right. Next up, this guy.
So this is a ficus, or sometimes it's also called an Indian laurel fig. It's pretty, one of the older ones that we have, pretty in like a style that we like.
Yeah, and this one, again, we've been keeping it indoors and just now we're getting it back outside, and it's starting to get some new growth, which we're really happy about. This was the first time I attempted to wire anything. Both of these branches down here were kind of growing upright, so I wired them and just flattened them out a little bit. And that went okay. That gave me some confidence. We'll probably do some more wiring up here to get it to spread out a little bit. But when we bought this one, remember we were at the nursery, and they have a really old one.
Yeah, that one, like the North Carolina State Fair.
It had like a ribbon of some sort.
Yeah.
And it had all these aerial roots coming down. It just looked amazing. So we're like, yeah, let's get one of those. And they call it Indian laurel fig. It also looks identical to a tiger bark to me. So I don't know what the difference is there, but that's how it was labeled from there. So that's what we call it. I've got it in a bigger pot here because we're trying to develop it still. All these trees really are in development. So bigger pot, bonsai soil, trying to develop it. This seashell we found at where?
We went to Holden Beach and we found a seashell. We were just like, oh, it's perfect. We should probably put it in like a bonsai pot. So yeah, we just chose this one.
Yeah, I think it matches well. It's like a, kind of a tropical looking tree with the waxy leaves, and the seashell goes with it good. So yeah, that's one of this might be my favorite. It's up there. It looks like
it's like we've had it for a long time.
Yeah.
We've just been developing it.
Yeah.
But really, we haven't had it like that long at all.
All right. I call this one the spider.
it's so it looks cool from here, but when you look there, it looks like something happened.
Yeah, something called my scissors happened. So I got this from the nursery as nursery stock. It was like a big bush, and brought it home and just started cutting and practicing on how to clear out the crotch growth and stuff like that. It was so fun. I really enjoyed doing it, but I didn't really have a vision for where I was going to end up. So this is where I'm at. I think this tree has potential. I don't know exactly what to do with it now. I really love how this branch comes out and kind of makes an S there. I think that's got a lot of potential. Again, it's got kind of that low profile to it, which I don't like. I thought about maybe like wiring these branches up higher and kind of giving it a weird look like that. I don't know. Maybe it'll just be a cascade. That's the way it wants to go. And so I could see like this being a big cascade coming down, with this one being a big cascade. maybe, I don't know. But it's probably like our thickest trunk, or one of the thicker trunks that we have.
Yeah.
So I want to do something with it, and it's been a lot of fun working on it. So this is kind of like our guinea pig, I guess you could say, for of the bonsais that we have. So
yeah, first one that we really went and made deep cutting it and stuff.
Yeah, and it's getting new growth. So we got it, we repotted it, we pruned it, and cleaned it up, and it's getting new growth. So I think that is a good sign for us. All right, next up, start getting a little bit crazy here.
Wisteria.
The wisteria. If you can see us through the forest.
It's getting to the point where it wants to vine on stuff.
Yeah. So we tell them about Ken in our neighborhood. That's where this one came from.
We have a guy in our neighborhood that also does bonsai, and he's like a good friend with us for bonsai. And he gave us this one. And when we got it, it was just like, it went up to here. It was not really budding. None of the leaves were here. We got it maybe 3-4 months ago. None of the new green stuff was here. It was just like kind of to there. And then like within a month, it turned into like a jungle of leaves, and it budded everywhere. And now this is the new growth that it's focusing on.
Yeah, it's going crazy. And I think wisteria are beautiful. We went to a bonsai exhibit at the North Carolina Museum of Art, and there was a wisteria there that was just beautiful in bloom with the purple, kind of weeping flowers, and the whole family just loved it. So I was like, I gotta get a wisteria, and this is our wisteria, and we're gonna keep developing it. We want to thicken up this trunk. So this one I've actually got a normal like kind of flower pot with a mix of kind of like pumice and organic soil, and I had to drill holes here because I felt like it was getting waterlogged, and I couldn't tell how wet the soil was deep inside of it. So with these holes here, my thinking is that it gets more air, and also I can stick a chopstick in there and see how wet the middle of the soil is in the bottom and get a more accurate judge of what's happening in there.
Also, if you're wondering if it flowers, it takes like a few, how many years?
Like 10 years, 10 to 15 years, maybe like 20.
Even flower.
Yeah.
So
might be like 15 or 20.
So we don't, how old is it?
I think this one's like 7 years,
So
7 or 8
we
years.
still have probably about 7 more years.
Yeah, probably. So we'll check back in 7 years. We'll see how we're going. Okay, next up is one that's too big to bring down here. The second Japanese maple in our collection.
It's about all the way to the roof at this point. It's huge, and it's on our balcony, and it's so heavy and such a big pot that we couldn't really bring it down.
Yeah, I'm trying to get that tree to where we want for refinement and like that thick, nice trunk fast. So I got it in a huge pot with a lot of organic soil, and we're trying to get it to grow and really get aggressive with its growth there. So that's why I can't bring it down here. But the plan is actually to air layer it. It's so tall that I'm going to air layer it and get 2 bonsai out of it. And yeah, that's the plan. Probably like next year. I'm going to let it, really settle into this pot and grow some, and then we'll air layer it next year and have 2 bonsai.
Maybe explain what an air layer is.
Go ahead, you do it.
So I don't really know the whole thing, but I kind of know that you put like moss. I don't know what type of moss. You put it in like a styrofoam wrap, and you put root gel in it, and it kind of makes the branch think that it's like in the ground. It has to root, and after 6 weeks, you take it out, and it should have rooted, so you can put it in the ground, and it could be a tree.
Yeah. The only step you missed is you got to cut the bark in the spot. Yeah, but that was a good explanation. And we did that too. We have a crepe myrtle out that we did that too in a couple spots, and in a couple weeks we're going to see if it was successful. So maybe next video you'll see a few more bonsais here. All right.
Oh, azalea.
Yeah, azalea round 2.
Azalea round 2.
If at first you don't succeed, try again. So go ahead. Where did we get this one?
So we got it from Brussels as well, and he got it, and he just let me know a little bit later. But other than that,
We timed it well with the blooms,
Yeah.
and there's still a lot more to go. And I just love the flowers. Like growing up in West Virginia, we have the wild rhododendron down there, and I just have such fond memories of that stuff. So he's laughing because I'm obsessed with rhododendron. So I've got to have this. I want to have a lot of azaleas, but from the research I've done, you let it bloom, and then after you bloom is when you kind of do some pruning and stuff. This is a little bit overgrown here. We need to thin this down some, but we're gonna wait for the flowers to go away before we do that. That's what I've heard is the way that you're supposed to treat these. So yeah, another one from Brussels. This one, hopefully we can keep alive. Hopefully it doesn't turn into a random stick. All right, last but not least.
Oh wait, the Cascade one.
Oh yeah, 2 more. We have Peyton. Don't tell your mom how many we have. She's not allowed to watch this one. Okay. Yeah.
Cascading Juniper. I don't know where you got it. Where did you get it?
I got it from the nursery that's here, but they have a good bonsai section, and they trained this as a pre-bonsai. They had it staked up. That's why it's got this. That's why it doesn't follow the ground as much. So it goes straight up there and then kind of cascades down. So whenever I got it, it was really, really bushy, trimmed it back. And I haven't had this one very long. And we're just kind of letting it, we've thinned it out. We've got it potted in a nicer pot. And it looks cool enough for us. But we're just kind of letting it settle in before we do anything else to it. It needs more, like it needs thinned out more. It needs some wiring, and the journey is not over by any means. But we want to make sure it's alive and stable before we do anything else.
I also love the pot and how it has. I don't know. I'm thinking Japanese because that's where bonsai come from. But I like the pot, and it has I don't know, it kind of suits the bonsai.
Yeah, this looks like an actual, like everything we've shown you here is like mostly just like in straight development, not like we're just letting it grow. And this actually looks like kind of like a bonsai, right? like that's like we actually know what we're doing a little bit, maybe. I don't know. Okay, now we're to the end, right?
Yes, we got this one today. The new one.
And it's an experiment.
It's an experiment. But, so this is,
Boulevard Cypress.
Yes. You got this from nursery.
Yeah. I'm a loyal customer. They should be, yeah.
This one is kind of half dead if you...
Yeah, it's been neglected a bit.
But we think with a smart pot, we can probably, maybe, hopefully, make it back and healthy and just make it into a good bonsai.
Yeah, exactly. We want to develop it. We want to thicken the trunk. I want to do that without, like, bonsai soil is expensive, so I don't want to use bonsai soil. But with the waterlogging issues we've experienced with using organic soil, I wanted to try a smart pot. I've got tomatoes that I use on a smart pot, and they're growing like crazy.
Yeah.
Like it's really amazed me. So I'm like, let's try a bonsai in it and see what happens. So we just put it in this today. And there's a video on our channel going over that. We're gonna be like checking in like every month or so on how this is doing inside of a smart pot to see if it works and see how it develops. Right now, we just want to get rid of some of this brown. That's probably what we're gonna do after we record this. And then hopefully get it with some new growth and back thriving because it's looking a little rough.
Yeah, it looks like it's been through some stuff.
All right. Okay.
So
that's all of our trees.
Bonsais. We're gonna have more. Maybe we'll update you in like 6 months after, and it's gonna be probably double.
We joined the Triangle Bonsai Club, and our first meeting is an auction. I really want to get a Shimpaku Juniper. I don't know if you have your eye on any specific types of bonsai. We have those 2 air layers on our creep myrtle that we're gonna hopefully convert into bonsai. So yeah, there'll be more on the way, but yeah, welcome to our channel. This is our bonsai. We've been having a lot of fun with it. We're just getting started, and we're excited to kind of document our journey and share it with you. Maybe you'll learn something along the way, or maybe you'll just laugh at how big of noobs we are, I don't know. Or the fact that I might have a weed and I might try it maple. We'll see, but we're gonna have fun. All right, anything you want to say?
Nothing really.
Thanks for hanging out, and we'll see y'all on the next one.
Bye.
Good. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Apex Bonsai. I'm Dillon.
And I'm Peyton.
And welcome to our YouTube channel. Cringy. All right, do we need a different intro?
No, I like. Is this recording?
It's recording right now, but it's not a big deal.